move on to the creme de la creme. Dexter New Blood. Damn straight. So we are now 3 episodes in. Love the name of the second episode. Fucking amazing.
What was it?
That was definitely named by Deborah, if anybody. Storm of Fuck. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It was.
So Dan, why don't you hop in and tell us about season 9, episode 2?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. I just want to point out that do you guys really see this as season 9? For some reason in my mind, it's a brand new show to me.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
On the where I watch it says season 9.
See, on where I watch it,
Yeah,
it's season 1.
they continue. No, where I watch it, they continued off the old Dexter. I feel like it very well could be the end of Dexter, but the start of something new blood, like Harrison. I feel like they're gonna gonna do a spinoff with Harrison, maybe maybe he learns a code too, and he continues the family business of killing or whatever.
Well, if Dan is right,
I hope it's one and done.
They do
man.
what he wanted to. It's one and done, and they kill Dexter off at the end, and they might end up doing something with Harrison, but we'll see what happens. Want to give us a little synopsis of episode 2?
No, you got it.
I've been talking the whole time.
You saw it most recently. It's not as fresh in my mind. I could tell you episode 3.
Okay. Okay. So, episode 2, pretty much, they're still looking for the dead body. Well, the guy. Dexter's like, fuck, I need them off my land. We get to see a little bit more of the girl that was captured. She ends up going up to the camera. I don't know if that was in the first episode or the second episode, but it was like you're already dead. Yeah. Yeah, so that was interesting. And then you see Dexter trying to like do his thing, right? Is like throw him off the investigation, the trail, it's like, because every time like something new came up, and that's why it was called Storm of Fuck. They widened the search, so he went out with Harrison. They found the buck, and like he tried to cover his tracks with that little cart where he was just like swerving.
Oh yeah,
and that was on
all the blood.
That was on the trail. They found the buck. They're like, okay, so it's on the reservation land. They called the reservation police. Then the regular police came out, and then they found the glove where he had planted it. Or did they had already found the glove in episode 1?
I think that they found the glove. I want to say it was episode 2 where he grabbed it and he threw it at the.
I think it was after they. I think it was after they found the buck. So I think that was episode 2.
Yeah, because then they were like, oh, I think he killed it, and then he ran off because it was on reservation land and it's like against the law. Yeah. And then they're like, hey, we found the glove. So they're like, all right, we're calling off the search. And then at the end of the episode, the father comes back, and then he like pleads with the
Clancy
people.
Brown.
He's like, we gotta
amazing
find
actor.
him. Yeah. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, all right, so here's the villain of the season.
He reminded me of the Dark Passenger. I like very much confused him for the Dark Passenger for a second.
Who's the Dark Passenger? Oh, you mean Harry?
His
Harry,
father, yeah.
I don't know why. I was just like, is that Harry? It's like, is he alive again? It's just like, no, wait, no.
But yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of episode 2. Harrison goes with the kids to that abandoned like school, I think, or was
like
or whatever,
a campsite or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they go through his shit in the bag, and he has little talk with whatever. It was just like interactions. They get him enrolled in the school.
That's episode 3. Yeah.
That was at the beginning. I thought they did that.
Yeah, it's the beginning of 3 because they were talking about it. So in 3, he gets enrolled. That's when he meets his teacher, and he's just like, "Hey, I speak Spanish." And then they're like, "All right, so you're going to take your placement test." That's when he does very well, and they're like, "He obviously cheated. Nobody is this smart." And Dexter's like, "Why'd you cheat?" And he's like, "I didn't cheat. Just trust me." But no, then he eventually takes it again. And he scores even higher later on. But that's going on. That's where you have the father of Matt is the guy who's missing. Matt something. Matt's father, Clancy Brown. He's the one who he keeps on like pushing, like, "Hey, go out, find him. I know he's out there. Who cares if he killed some white buck? I could care less about that. My son's still out there." Which is interesting because at the very end of the episode, when he's just like, "Oh, he FaceTime and he's doing great."
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention episode 2. We see the killer shoot the girl.
That's 3,
right? Or was that was 3? Okay, all right. So that was
Also in
episode.
3, a little more on like Harrison. Like he makes friends with this kid, and he gets bullied. The kid gets bullied, and he ends up defending him. He like ends up grabbing the kid by the throat and just punking the shit out of him. And I thought that was a big scene because it kind of shows you like Harrison don't give no fucks. He's like going to be a stronger, smarter, faster Dexter. Like, so I just thought that was worth a mention because you get to see. Well,
not only
Harrison got that Dexter gene in him for sure. Like,
not only that though, the kid that's getting bullied is screwed up. Like later on when he's just like, "Hey, it's cool that you hurt those kids. Like, you want to see some pictures I drew?" And then it's just like he's drawing out like all those kids like straight up getting murdered by him, who's like the Punisher, and he's just like killing everybody in the school. I'm like, oh no, that's not good.
Some crazy shit.
Is that going to be Harrison's first kill?
I don't know.
That would be.
I don't know.
I'm curious to see where he goes with it. I feel like that's definitely going to happen. He's going to be like, "I killed somebody, Dad, help me."
I kind of feel like it's too obvious. Like, Harrison becomes a killer. I'd say stay away from it. Like, I know that they're building towards it. Honestly, like I said, if it was me, I do want there to be this and then end the show forever. You have a situation go down where it's just like he has the opportunity to become a killer and follow in Dexter's path, and he's just like, "No, I'm good," and he walks away. Like, that's what I want to see.
Well, he grew up in Venezuela, right?
Yep.
For 4 years or some shit, he said.
Yeah. So I'm interested to know if something happened there that maybe either pushed him over to like a little bit to the dark side, or he had dark tendencies down there and someone kind of like saved him. So if we end up getting like a Harrison season, I would like it to have a lot of flashbacks of Venezuela. I want to see.
Maybe you find out that like Hannah didn't die, like of whatever he said. Maybe he killed her somehow and just like ran away.
He picked up her
ran away. Maybe some shit like that. Maybe.
Hey, it's all possible.
Maybe like,
I really just hope he's just some kid. Like you
Just
guys
a
are hoping he becomes like this
regular boy.
Just some guy, and he just goes
I want
on.
him to become the alpha of serial killers.
Right. Better than Dexter.
Better than Dexter, less messy. He has like Dexter's like smartness.
Well,
like,
Dexter's
his
already
genius, his,
all
like,
that. This season he's rusty, so he's screwing up like crazy. But Dexter is already that. Dexter is already extremely clean.
No, but Dexter needs like the feel of killing and cutting up and all that. Where Hannah just like kind of like poisons the people and they just die. So if Harrison like has like the need to kill, and then he picked up his like skills from Hannah to just poison, now you got best of both worlds because it's not like
it's not out of pleasure. It's
messy.
just
'Cause I know Dexter had his like whole kill room and he cleaned up, but there's still like a body he had to cut up and dispose of somewhere, and he almost got twice because of it. And now with this, it's just like a natural death.
I hope he takes after his mom, his real mom Rita, and he's just a regular guy, works a job, and he lives his life,
he's gonna get killed by his serial killer girlfriend.
Then fine. That's okay.
Just like
end it.
Oh man.
But yeah, man. So far the show is really interesting. It's really good, just like the first 6 or 7.
It's really
seasons.
fun seeing a rusty Dexter, and then he's just like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." I'm like,
I
gotta fix this." You just see him running through the woods, just like fucking shoveling.
Man, I'm looking to murder my bear.
For real.
Oh
That
yeah,
did
the
happen.
bear. I was like,
that was wild. That was crazy.
But
I would just throw the bodies to the bear and let that shit.
That's
eat
what I was
them.
thinking. It's
It'll
like you
eat
could
them.
throw it in that
Yeah.
hole, but not for nothing. From the beginning, I was like, just burn it. Just burn it. You know, people out there just burn their trash. Like, it's fine. You just burn it. You'll be
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
But you'll still have a skeleton. It's like it has to
No,
be a
you
certain amount of heat to like to.
It's Dexter. He's
The
smart.
furnace he put it in.
Yeah.
After a while, the bones.
Yeah,
will burn.
it's just going to keep burning. Also, I
Oh.
want to point out the CSI guy that showed up in episode 3.
That was interesting.
It was great because he shows up and he's like dropping equipment. He's stumbling around. I was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. And Dexter's like, oh, I would have watched.
Yeah.
I love those shows. And then when the guy just starts like doing what Dexter used to do, he's like, okay, so the killer came from there, and then they attacked the guy. He fell back. The blood went this way. I was like, oh man, this guy knows his stuff.
He's actually nailing everything
It's
to
just
the
a
T.
klutz.
He's like, oh, there should be a rock here. Yeah.
So
Oh,
seeing
God,
Dexter
yeah.
react to that was pretty cool too. He's just like, oh no, oh no.
Listen, man, I think the writers are doing a great job with this show so far. Like, they've captured what we loved about the earlier seasons of Dexter. They're doing a great job telling this new story, keeping everybody like interested and excited, keeping us guessing of like, is Harrison fucked up or is he not fucked up? Like, it's like one episode you're like, oh, he's like a normal kid, he's a little weird, but whatever. Episode 3, he like almost rips this guy's throat out. You're like, ooh, he has it in him. Let's go. And it's just like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do, because if this thing becomes really, really popular, they might get greedy and be like, let's do another show.
They need to stay away from that, man. I'm telling you, you tease it. Like, you tease it. You keep on building it. Oh man, Harrison, he's this, that, and the other. And you even have a point where Dexter's just like, you know what? I'm gonna teach him. I'm gonna teach him the code. And Harrison, let's say he learns the code, and then at the very end, it's like, no, he turns in Dexter. I would love to see that.
That would be some crazy New Blood shit. New Blood is weak, you fucking squealers.
I tell you, that's he's
Snitches get
Dexter's
stitches.
the worst serial
My
killer
daddy
in the
killed
history of that
somebody.
show. He has to go down. The whole show is about him taking down serial killers. Why not have Harrison do the same exact thing? He takes down the worst of them all. Dexter.
Starting with his dad. Ooh. Hey.
Oh yeah, maybe he becomes a FBI or something. For
Stop
serial
trying to make
killers.
more shows. Just one show.
Shut up, Dan. Jesus.
No.
Let us enjoy our Dexter.
It's all about the money.
and his
They
son.
have to spin it off somehow and make money off it.
Not
Yeah.
for nothing. I'm still mad that they wanted to make a sequel to Joker. It was a great movie, and they said, we're never going to make a sequel. It made a ton of money. Everybody liked it. It's like, yeah, we could make a part 2. Like, no. No.
Well, actually, on second thought,
Yeah.
add another 0, and I think I can make it happen.
Henry Cavill.
Always. I thought you
made
were
a
just going to
comment
stop. I
about-
thought you just wanted to say something.
Oh, Henry Cavill, that guy.
Yeah.
Just stop.
He made like a comment about DC's like Black Superman project, where he was like, yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think like the idea of Superman like transcends like color or whatever it is, and it's just like, look at what they did with Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It was a great story that had nothing, that didn't tie into anything. So it's like, why not do
simultaneous with all the other DC stuff, and it's just like its own entity. Yeah, they could definitely.
Yeah, so
do
he's
that.
like, why can't they do that with like a Black Superman? He's like, I'm still interested in Superman. I actually have a great idea for like coming back as Superman in a solo movie after like all that's happened and stuff. So, man, I really hope he really like I just want him to come back as Superman.
So did you hear that
in
John
Man of Steel
Krasinski is
2.
going to be the voice of Superman?
In
I
what?
think it's the Super Pets, I think.
Oh,
No.
he is. Okay, that's funny. The trailer came out for Super Pets.
Yeah.
I did see it.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. It's an animated kids movie.
Yeah, whatever, man. Me either. But Dexter is the shit right now.
Great show. Great show. I'm very
Phenomenal.
curious to see when Dexter finally starts going head to head with the villain of the season, who we're all pretty sure it's Clancy Brown, obviously.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, there's that.
Again, another rich guy who got too bored and started killing bitches.
Pretty much.
But I'm interested in the way he kills them, right?
He wants the hunt, sort of.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I think is, like almost like we've seen before, but like he has like a process, right? And I think it's funny that these people who like want the hunt will take the prey, make it weak, and then hunt it.
It's like
they
shooting
don't
fish in a
hunt
barrel.
it on, yeah, it's just like you gave her like this shit that made her sick, and then you finally like released her and she was running, and then you just shot her with a rifle.
Then you have like Dexter, who's in there, and for lack of a better term, like a true hunter, where he actually goes and he studies and he tracks them down, learns their habits, and then he executes, literally. But yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and
it's like these fake hunters.
I just want to point out, I love Deborah in episode 2 and 3, how she's back to being Deborah, which I know USLM always hated her, but that was her job.
the ample amounts of fucks that get said gets really annoying really fast.
I mean, that's who she is. I was always okay with that.
If this was a person in real life, I would not be like I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'd be like, just get away from me.
There's a reason why Negan was one of the most beloved characters in the Walking Dead comic book, and it's because of all the cursing.
Man, I don't know, man. I can't handle it. It's so annoying. It's very annoying.
Man, I understand. I feel it, but it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah,
but I definitely see. Definitely see what you're saying.
I'm still waiting to see Harry.
I
want Harry to show up.
I like Deborah's character. I just didn't like all the fucks she kept saying.
You hated Deborah.
It's
you always said that you
so
hated
annoying.
Deborah. You hated Huerta. And I think there was one more.
LaGuerta was an annoying bitch. LaGuerta was just an annoying bitch. Deborah. It's not that I hated Deborah.
Was more
I was
annoying
just
than
like, she's
LaGuerta.
not pretty. I was just like, she's not pretty. Why are you with her?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, man. I was younger.
Okay, Aslam.
And I was fucking stupid.
Why are you with that ugly hoe?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Dexter, come on. Like, why are you married to this bitch in real life? Like, are you serious?
She was good in the show. I enjoyed her. I've seen Jennifer Carpenter in a couple of movies.
She has the body of a surfboard.
Why are you insulting a woman? She's good at her job. I'm sorry.
The fact that you hate her means that she did her job well.
Exactly.
No, she's a great actress.
It's Chris Jericho all over again.
I give it up to her. I don't know. I'm just,
she's great.
I don't make sense. It is what it is.
I want to see Harry show up again. I want to see Brian Moser, Dexter's brother, show up.
As dark passengers, you were saying.
Well, I told you, like I always said, I always saw the Dark Passenger as it's not a person, but I guess to each his own. But
what do you mean not a person? Not like an entity, like of its own, or are you just
the way I see it? The way I see it, when he
just in
speaks
Dexter's head.
The Dark Passenger is the kill. It's the need to kill. Like I said in the books that I read, that's the way it's always been portrayed. Where it's literally a Dark Passenger where. While Dexter's...
So is the person he's talking to his consciousness?
In a sense, yes.
His conscience?
Yeah. Because one, Dexter's a serial killer who's insane. So he's talking to people that aren't really there because he's a crazy person. But the passenger is the need to kill. The passenger is the thing that comes out and it's just like, all right, it's time to do this. Let's go. Like the passenger is what drives him. But the Harry was symbolic for the code. Deborah is him trying to suppress his feelings. When Brian Moser, his brother, took over in season 5 or 6 or whatever it was, he was the one who was just like, screw the code, just go out and do whatever you want to do, have fun. Like, every one of them is a different part of his, I guess you could say, consciousness, where it's just like, this is how you
I
should
could see that. They represent a different
because
different aspect of himself.
Like
exactly.
What is it called? Is it psychopath or like whatever it is where he doesn't have like No, where you don't have like empathy or like human emotion. That's why you can kill that way.
Yeah.
And so those are like maybe his his way of trying to create those
Yeah.
things. Like Harry's like his self-control, his conscience, because he doesn't have one. Like you said, Deborah's trying to
suppress
his dark passenger, while his brother was like, "Yo, dude, just like
you.
fucking, you know."
But
So,
with that being said,
yeah, it
I always
makes
thought
sense.
that it would be cool to have other aspects. I always would like to have seen Rita be one of them. I feel like Rita would have been good.
Oh, she'd be perfect. Just like,
You know what I'm
Now I
don't
wanna
do it,
see, I
Dexter.
wanna see
You just
Deb,
see
Yeah,
Rita
exactly.
just like, oh, that would be crazy.
I just want to see Deb and his brother fight.
In his mind, that's
Yeah,
what I
that
want to
would
see.
be
All of
fucking
them. I want to see
hilarious.
Harry and
You see Harry laughing in the background.
well, Harry would be fighting with Deborah for sure. But one thing that, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it because I did read about stuff, but there is one person who's supposed to be coming up in this show, this, I guess, season, from his past. That it's like, that's another one where it's just like, I can't wait for that episode. So,
Yeah.
It's the dude, right? The one that was dating Deborah?
the one dude.
The one dude. He's coming back.
All right. Well,
It's going to be
Dexter.
Batista's hat.
Dexter's fucking
It's,
great.
it's pretty good.
Oh,
Pretty good
God.
so
Batista's
far.
hat's going to come back.
Batista.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be on a chair somewhere.